From ABC7, live breaking news.
A nightmare came to life today in Northern California.
I didn't have any warning. It was just like it was a flash fire.
In mere moments, life changed.
Your house?
It's gone. All gone. Up here, it's ash. I don't even recognize it.
It's just all gone. Good evening. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's top story is a fire called the Cache Fire that ripped through Clear Lake just hours ago, destroying homes. While the worst is over now, that fire is actually still burning. Yeah,
Sky 7 is over the scene right now. You can see the destruction there on the ground. But we are not seeing the huge plumes of smoke and raging flames from just a few hours ago. We're told 50 to 60 homes burned down. You see them all there. You can see all that red fire retardant as well. Crews just really got on top of this fire, thankfully. But again, 50 to 60 homes were lost, and people have had to evacuate because of this fire, which covers 75 acres on the border of Lower Lake and Clear Lake.
Now, this map of evacuation zones is updating in real time, so it's current. The red zones are for evacuation orders. That's where you have to leave, no choice. The yellow zones are evacuation warnings, not mandatory that you leave, but certainly recommended.
We have team coverage on both the firefight and the conditions with ABC7 News weather anchor Spencer Christian and ABC7 News reporter Wayne Friedman. Wayne, let's begin with you and what it's like now in Clear Lake.
Well, it's quieter than it was, but it's certainly not quiet by normal standards. Behind me, in fact, all around us, are the remains of the Cache Creek Mobile Home Estates, an unincorporated Lake County between Lower Lake and Clear Lake. Burned homes, as far as we can see, in 360 degrees. We are now hearing 50 to 60 homes destroyed. This scene makes the case for that, and there are other homes destroyed as well. The Cache Fire moved through here without warning early this afternoon, a wall of fast-moving flames driven by winds. First, you're going to hear from Todd Black. He lost his home. He had nothing left but the clothes on his back when we spoke with him. Here's a little of what Todd Black had to say.
I didn't have any warning. I had to get out, saw the flames right behind me coming up, behind my place, just loaded up my dogs and my family and got out of there.
Your house?
Just gone, all gone.
We know of only one injury so far. We know it is not life-threatening, but we don't know if there are others yet. Sheriff's deputies have been looking for more possible injuries. The livestock in this rural region have not been nearly as fortunate. Earlier today, we came across 6 burned goats. They had nowhere to run as the fire roared through their enclosure. What you're seeing here, an effort to save them by giving them oxygen. We've been told that 3 of the 6 goats will survive. They've been taken away by animal control. That comes from Rebecca Morrissey. She lives nearby. She helped with the rescue. Here's what Rebecca told us. How many of those goats made it?
3 out of 8, I believe.
How many will make it?
6. The rest of them, all 3 of them will live.
So that is at least some good news coming out of the bad in this part of Lake County that is still smoking from all of that destruction. The damage here is on both sides of the road, evidence of how fast and how furious those flames were when they burned through here. No one could believe how fast they were. The frenzy at this point has died down, but it is too late for the Cache Creek Mobile Home Park behind us and all the residents who were living here. Live in Lake County, Wayne Friedman, ABC7 News.
And well, we certainly feel terribly for Todd and all the other residents. Wish them the best. Thank you, Wayne, very much.
There are some power outages in the Clear Lake area because of the fire, but they have improved. You can see the orange and yellow sections that are on this PG&E map. That shows where the power is out. Those areas are smaller than they were earlier. The purple sections indicate a public safety power shutoff, where PG&E intentionally turned off the power to reduce the risk of wildfires.
Now, just hours ago, we spoke live with State Senator Mike McGuire, whose district includes Lake County. He pointed out that today's fire was different than usual.
This fire, the Cache Fire, was very unique. What we've seen in the past with Lake County is fires have started in more remote, unincorporated regions and burn into communities. With the Cache fire, what happened was the fire started in the community, the incorporated community of Clear Lake. And because it's tinderbox conditions, the brush, the vegetation is so dry, and because we had 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts, the fire spread incredibly quickly, as your reporter Wayne Friedman had reported.
Firefighters had a convenient water source today. Clear Lake is the largest natural freshwater lake in the state. The water level is extremely low, though, because of the drought. However, there was still enough. We spoke to Lake County Sheriff about it.
It does have plenty of water in it for these efforts. So our aircraft are flying over, our helicopters are flying over and dipping their buckets in there and pulling in water from that area. We've got some larger air tankers that are flying out to the various Air Force bases or airports to load up with the retardant that they're dropping here. So we're in okay shape as far as that goes.
They just worked so quickly. And check out what it looks like from the air. This was the tail cam view from Sky 7 a few hours ago. You can see how much smoke there is in the air. And at one point, our pilot wasn't sure that they would be able to fly in these conditions, but they are able to. And we're giving you a live view now from Sky 7. Again, it's just hard to see. That whole center area just burned. You can see the fire retardant there, but those are just homes, people's lives destroyed just so quickly. Of course, firefighters are going to be out there for some time as they keep those hot spots to a minimum and start the cleanup.
Yeah, 50 to 60 mobile homes there destroyed, sadly. The smoke from this fire and others can be seen and smelled all around the Bay Area. You've noticed it, no doubt. Check out these live pictures showing the North Bay, the East Bay right in the center, and then the South Bay on your right. No one has blue sky tonight. And check out the view from Mount Sutro over San Francisco. A lot of haze, lots of smoke. Looks more like Los Angeles, doesn't it, than San Francisco. All right, let's bring in ABC7 News weather anchor Spencer Christian.
Yeah, Spencer, how's our air quality? I mean, the picture basically explains it.
It's in decline, as you might imagine, with the continuing buildup of smoke in the atmosphere. So we have gone from moderate air quality earlier today, in fact, early this morning, to poor air quality in parts of the Bay Area right now. Let me give you a look at the conditions near the fire, the weather conditions, because the wind and the extremely low humidity are equally important factors here. As you can see, it's not hot. It's only 87 degrees, but the relative humidity is dangerously low at 14%. And the wind, although the steady wind is relatively light, 6 miles per hour, there are occasional gusts. And right now we're looking at gusts up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour. This area, all of Lake County, remains under red flag warning through tomorrow. Wind gusts may pick up during the early morning hours tomorrow and even intensify. Relative humidity will remain dangerously low, and any fire that starts under these conditions can spread rapidly. So here's a look at our wind gust animation. We've got gusts likely to taper off a little bit in the late night and early morning hours, but then overnight hours, I should say. But then going into the daytime hours tomorrow, we'll see those wind gusts intensify just a bit once again. So there'll be another burst of strong winds coming down out of the north. And as we look at the near surface smoke animation, you can see it continues to drop southward. The smoke does because of those winds blowing out of the north. And into tomorrow, there'll be a continuing buildup of smoke here in the Bay Area, although we expect to get a shift in the wind flow late tomorrow that will begin to push some of that smoke to our east. Amma?
Thank you. And evacuation orders are expanding this evening in the area around the CALDOR fire burning in El Dorado County. People living along sections of Highway 50 heading up to Lake Tahoe, including the community of Kybers, have been ordered to leave their homes. El Dorado National Forest has been shut down. This comes after the fire exploded in the last 24 hours, destroying the community of Grizzly Flats, home to about 3,800 people. In all, the fire has charred nearly 54,000 acres since it broke out on Saturday. It is 0% contained.
And firefighters on the front lines of the Dixie fire say shifting winds and red flag conditions are making their jobs so much harder. The gigantic fire has now burned at least 635,000 acres. The perimeter of the fire continues to spread with flames pushed by wind gusts and dry humidity over Northern California. Containment did inch up just a little bit today to 31%. If memory serves, it was 31% contained yesterday, so just a little bit of progress. You can see all of the fires burning in California at a glance. Just look for this wildfire tracker on ABC7news.com.
All right, let's turn now to the coronavirus pandemic. We continue to update you on this, and there are some new updates today. The state just announced that people will have to show proof of vaccination or a recent negative COVID test for big indoor events. Now, keep in mind, big used to mean 5,000 people. Soon, it will mean 1,000 people. This takes effect statewide on September 20th, which is about a week after California's recall election. Also making headlines today, new CDC reports which show the effectiveness of vaccines diminished over time. Today, President Biden announced those who received the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines will be eligible for a booster shot.
When your 8-month mark comes up, you'll be ready to get your vaccination free, a booster shot free, and we have it available. It will make you safer and for longer.
Booster shots will be offered to all Americans starting next month on September 20th. Groups will be prioritized in phases, starting with healthcare workers and nursing home residents and staff. Health departments across the Bay Area are already preparing to reopen mass vaccination sites to administer the shots. ABC7 News reporter Stephanie Sierra is following the latest for us live from the newsroom tonight. Stephanie.
Yes, Alma, we are hearing from most Bay Area counties the distribution of these booster shots will mirror the approach we had for the initial vaccine rollout. This means mass vaccination sites will likely be back, but it won't be immediate. Most counties are still awaiting specific guidance from the state on how to move forward.
COVID-19 booster shots will soon be available at your local doctor's office or healthcare systems as soon as September 20th.
The booster will be administered at the 8-month mark.
So if you got vaccinated and, finished your vaccination in January, you would start being eligible in September.
All Americans who received their second dose at least 8 months ago will be eligible. But the CDC says healthcare providers and nursing home residents will be prioritized first.
I suspect we'll have to set up some more large-scale immunization sites. It's just the way it's going to have to happen.
Health officers across the Bay Area are awaiting formal guidance on distribution from the state, but most have indicated it will mirror the initial rollout. For example, San Mateo County says their plan will likely include mass vaccination sites, whereas San Francisco County is hoping to avoid that in the beginning.
As of now, we don't need to do any additional mass vaccination sites because a lot of that will happen through health systems, including our own DPH health system that we have, the San Francisco Health Network.
So if you're in Group 1 in San Francisco, you would contact your doctor or healthcare system indicating you are eligible?
Yes, I have one of the conditions that has been listed as being eligible and getting it there. It really will be them either working directly with their doctor or provider and getting the shot through that office or that health system or hospital.
Dr. Phillips says instead of mass sites, pharmacies and health clinics will likely be on the list of providers distributing the first round of boosters. But Mike Wasserman, who sat on the state's vaccine advisory committee, is concerned about that.
I think it would be a huge mistake to even consider going back to CVS and Walgreens. I think what we really need to do is to facilitate making the vaccine readily available to the long-term care pharmacies.
Now, the state is still sorting through whether you will be required to have your vaccine card with you to get the shot, and so are individual counties. Santa Clara County says they will have an in-depth plan discussing a lot of these logistical questions on September 14th. Live in the newsroom, Stephanie Sierra, ABC7 News.
Yeah, a lot of people do have questions. Thank you, Stephanie.
Still to come tonight, a 7 on Your Side investigation after a Tesla catches fire and nearly burns down the house. The owner turns to Michael Finney to get some answers.
And next, an update on PG&E's public safety power shutoffs that affected the Bay Area.